Tonight, a man of the millennium, a man of money, a man of misery. I'm your host, Pariah.
And I'm your host, Lavax.
And this is Card Composers. Tell them who today's card is, Axe.
Today's card is going to be Elon Musk, everyone's favorite billionaire and unelected official.
Everyone's favorite? I don't know about that.
All right, let's go to the cards. Pariah, let's start with you this week.
Alrighty. My first card is Elon Musk, Mechanomaniac. Two hybrid Azorius, and one hybrid Rakdos.
Of course. Well,
you seem to be a little sweaty. What's going on?
I'm just looking at this insane cost again, where you have 3 hybrid mana, 2 of which is completely different. So you gotta have a 4-color deck to cast this. I know you don't really, but
there's a reason for this. A lot of people have said Elon Musk is not this guy's not smart enough to put rockets into space. Oh, this guy's not doing all this. He's just getting the people that know this stuff and putting them together. Well, I agree. That's why I gave him 2 control mana symbols. This guy is the master of, you know what you're doing. You're going here. You know what you're doing going here. And that's why he's getting rockets up into space. That's why he's got this super successful car company. But also, there's some times where he goes on, I don't know, the Joe Rogan podcast, and then he starts smoking a blunt and drives his stock price down. Then that's where the chaos comes in. But at the same time, then he just buys back a whole lot of his stock that's now valued much lower than it is. Every week, there's something else crazy that Elon Musk does. Like, I don't know, ambiguous hand gestures.
his mana cost is just as eccentric as he is.
Yes, exactly. An eccentric mana cost for an eccentric man. He is a legendary creature, shocker, human advisor, mythic. His abilities are vehicles you control may be crewed by paying energy equal to its mana value. Whenever a player taps an artifact, you get an energy and 1 colorless mana added to your mana pool. And he's a 3/3.
I mean, I think for his cost, he's pretty underpowered.
Underpowered? You could get a runaway train effect with this guy.
No, because you're paying energy equal to this mana value, not the crew cost. So if a vehicle costs 4, you have to pay 4 energy to attack.
But vehicles are like way cheaper than their power value.
Yeah, but it'll take you so long to get that much energy. What are you going to attack every other turn? Every 3 turns? It'd be cheaper just to pay the crew cost.
Well, even if you do crew it, you're still getting an energy, and you're still getting 1 colorless mana.
Well, if you attack.
Yeah, if you're crewing a vehicle, obviously you're probably either going to attack. You're probably going to attack with it, but there's a chance you could block with it.
You could be blocking.
But and I suppose that is true. But even if you're not even running vehicles, who'd have thought? Say you got a bunch of artifact creatures. You attack with a bunch of artifact creatures. Say you have anything that needs energy. You attack with 3 creatures, you get 3 energy counters. You get 3 mana. That's like a crazy spiral of stuff.
I agree with that. That does work. This works a lot better if you ignore the first ability, which is terrible. I like the second ability, especially like in a mirror deck. Yeah, mirrors.
Oh, yeah.
Common creature everybody loves. But if you're running an artifact creature deck or something like that, that's a lot of mana and energy being generated. But yeah, I don't think I want to pay that energy cost to crew my vehicles. It'd probably be easier just to crew them with Elon Musk himself, since he has 3 power.
Well, if the energy doesn't go away, like ever, so say you do attack with a bunch of stuff, you can have that stuff in reserve. Say, I don't want to tap this creature to crew this vehicle to block. Oh, I got a whole crap ton of extra energy. Boop. Now I can block with the vehicle.
Kind of like,
now I can attack with the vehicle. Consequence free.
Kind of like, oh crap, I kind of left myself in a bad spot. As an emergency, I can pay this energy this one time just to crew them to be able to block or something like that.
And it wouldn't be just this one time, because it's whenever any player taps an artifact, you get 1 power and 1
That's
mana.
true. Okay, that's true. The bottom really sells the card.
The first ability was for flavor, because it's like, Tesla and whatnot. You need power to crew your vehicles. And the second power is like how successful this guy is with like energy stuff and money stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I do. I definitely like that second ability. It's pretty good, especially for a 5 cost guy. You should get a lot of bang for your buck, especially with his easy to cast costing that he's got over there.
Yeah, you just need 2 colors.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Elon Musk could be a white-black creature, which would be weird. You could
I could see him being a
double
white,
double white and a black and 2 colorless.
I could see him being literally any of these color combinations. I can see him as a white-black. I can see him as a white-red. I can see him as a blue-black. I could see him as all those.
With all his progress towards electric vehicles, I'd see him as a green creature too, wouldn't you?
Electricity.
That's a joke, Pariah.
Electricity was never a green thing.
Wow, I thought you were the liberal.
Our sucking dry of the world's resources to make our electricity is not green whatsoever.
Pariah, you gotta watch.
Which is why we should burn more coal. On to the next card.
All right, so my Elon Musk card is Elon Musk, 120-hour man. He costs one colorless, a blue, and a red. Legendary creature, avatar, and he's rare.
Legendary length of text.
Yeah, he does a lot of stuff. He's legendary. So the 120-hour man refers to the fact that he says that any productive member of society should work 120 hours a week. Apparently that's what he works, which I do believe, because the man never sleeps. He's got Flash, and he says, when this card enters, tap all creatures you don't control. You can choose to exert another creature you control. If you do, it gains haste and gets +1/+1 until end of turn.
So you drop him to, it's like, all right, all your creatures are tapped. Everybody, go!
Yeah.
I hope you don't have a solution to this.
Yeah. Just wait.
So they drop a fog, a druid's
Holy
intervention.
Day. And his last ability is whenever another creature becomes untapped, it deals 1 damage to his controller. And he's a 2.
Oh, whenever any creature. Okay.
Even yours.
Yeah, when I first read that, I was like, oh, God.
Well, you
I
can't
thought
have,
it was only your creature.
you can't have all those lazy creatures out there not tap doing work, right?
And even if you don't do the he enters the battlefield, they're all tapped. Even if you don't charge, you just be like, wow, 8 creatures on the battlefield, and now they're untapping, and now you've taken 8.
Exactly. So it's kind of like the card. I know your favorite blue spell, Sleep.
I hate Sleep is the worst.
So Sleep costs 1 more than this. Also, they don't untap the next turn. That's a little stronger than what he does in terms of tapping your opponent's creatures. But yeah, essentially he punishes creatures when they're not tapped, aka working. Different approach to yours with the creation, more of the constantly working.
Yeah, oh no, this works very well for his character. That is one of the things I've also heard, that he's really awful to work for.
I would imagine. All right, Pariah, let's see your next one.
All right, my supporting card is Space, and it costs X. It's an uncommon sorcery. Exile target artifact with mana value X. It gains Suspend X for as long as it remains exiled. Starship launch tomorrow. Windows open at 9 a.m.
So why is it called Space?
It's the card's called Space, and you pay X. SpaceX. There's no way you don't like that. That is so great. This is like the greatest thing I've done in my life.
I believe that. I mean, this card is pretty cool. It's interesting.
It's like if you got like an artifact that enters the battlefield and does something cool. If it's super cheap, exile it for a couple turns, bring it back. Or, damn, you donated me Bronze Bombshell. I gotta exile this.
That does happen all the time. Actually, currently it does happen all the time because I love that card. So I gotta ask. This card's pretty great. It gains Suspend X for as long as it remains exiled. Why would it not just gain Suspend X?
I don't know, but it's like one of those things where it's like, you know how you're speaking, or someone ESL says something like away, and you're like, oh no, we don't say it like that. We say it like this. You wouldn't say brown big cat. You would say big brown cat. But you don't know why. It just sounds more right.
Sounds to me like you're agreeing that it shouldn't say that.
Whenever something's exiled, I feel like I've seen the card dictate that exiled it say, it does this for as long as it remains exiled.
I don't think this works the way you want it to. I think that it has the keyword Suspend X on it now while it's exiled, but because it's exiled, you can't use the Suspend ability. I don't think Suspend itself takes the counters off. I think Suspend is the function you use when you exile it with time counters. I think it's like a creature would have Trample while it's exiled. It doesn't do anything. Or if a creature had tap, gain a... Yeah, if you gave a creature that was exiled tap, gain 1 life, you couldn't use it. I think this should exile target artifact. I think Space itself should
with
say
X time counters
X time
on it.
counters, remove a time counter.
Okay, yeah. Actually, that does make a lot more sense. But the people get it. They get it. They know what they're looking at.
All of you hundreds, thousands of people out there, you get it. All right.
All right. On to the next card.
All right. My support card for Elon Musk is going to be Cybertruck. It's 2 colorless and a red for an artifact vehicle rare.
My question is, why is it so long?
The Cybertruck?
The Cybertruck itself. I've heard it has no storage capacity. Does it?
I don't know. I don't want one.
I don't want one either.
I have a close friend who cannot wait to own one, and I just can't imagine wasting 60 grand or 80 or whatever it is.
If I had money like that, if I was making Elon bucks, oh yeah, I'd have a Cybertruck. I'd keep it as a decorative piece inside one of my mansions.
Ah, like as a joke.
Yeah.
It keeps my house warm in the winter when it spontaneously combusts.
Oh yeah.
It's got trample. It says when Cybertruck is put into a graveyard from play, destroy all creatures that were used to crew it. It has exhaust, 2 colorless mana, add 3 +1/+1 counters to this vehicle, sacrifice it at the end of the turn, and it has crew too.
How did I not realize that this was about the guy that lit himself on fire in his Cybertruck for the Trump Tower?
I don't know. It's
So-
not, but that's fine. There's been several Cybertrucks that have caught on fire and exploded.
I would also light myself on fire if I bought a Cybertruck.
Well, you already lit your money on fire.
Yeah.
Also, it's a 5/3.
Yeah, I would say a truck's a 5/3. There's quite a bit, quite a lot of creatures.
It goes pretty fast. It does speed up pretty fast. It has trample too, so it's going to trample over anything smaller.
I love the exhaust ability. Looking at the new keyword, which I find I don't know interesting. I guess.
Just an ability. You just have to remember that you've used it before, I guess.
Well, you won't have to because you blew up the car.
Yeah, this example you won't have to remember.
Yeah, which makes it much easier. This is the best kind of exhaust ability, the one you don't have to track.
It's just a flavorful take on this very flammable truck. That's kind of a shit show.
This one's fun. I really like this one.
But yeah, you could go. I mean, it doesn't have haste, but you could go all out. You pay 3, and then the next turn you pay 2, and you have an 8/5 with trample for 1 turn. And you just got to crew it, and then the creatures die that you crew it with.
And then if you play Elon Musk,
you could crew it with Elon Musk.
Oh, you could play Elon Musk. Oh, because he's got Flash, right?
He does have Flash.
Yeah, drop him in, have him crew the thing.
You could exert it too because it's gonna die anyway.
And
give it haste.
I feel like if there were like the catastrophic global threat, I'm like imagining like heroic music as Elon Musk gets inside his Cybertruck, turns the keys. And he's got his eyes like face down, looking ahead, and just guns it at full speed. And there's some eldritch abomination he's driving to, and then you get the music in the background, goes off of a Trump ramp, blows it up or whatever.
I mean, it would be pretty awesome. So yeah, you play the Cybertruck. I mean, hopefully you got 6 mana in 1 turn. You play the Cybertruck. Then you play Elon. It taps all your opponent's creatures. You crew the Cybertruck with him. And then you also exert the Cybertruck as well, because who cares?
So for 8 mana, you do...
If you had the other 2, if you exert it, the Cybertruck, it gives it haste, so it can attack the turn you play it with Elon.
Oh, so you're paying 8 to do 8 damage.
Well, that's if you exhaust it.
Yeah, it's very toolboxy. I like it.
Plus, when you exert it, it gives +1/+1, so it would be a 9/5.
I would run
or
this.
9/7.
I like this one. Well, that's our show for today. Questions, comments, concerns? Let us know at P.O. Box below this video. And tell us which card you think was best in show. Tell me, Axe, what card do you think was best in show?
Not to toot my own horn, pun intended, but I got to go with Cybertruck. I like it. I think it's extremely flavorful for the Cybertruck. It's pretty strong and brash, but poorly built, so it falls apart easily. And it's a little bit dangerous.
Sounds about right. Well, I will also toot your horn. This is my favorite card of this week. And now I can't stop thinking about Elon Musk driving this to save the world in a blaze of glory. Got any hints on next week's episode, X?
I don't know, man. I was just thinking, what do you think a billionaire like Elon Musk does in his free time?
I don't know. Fights crime?
What kind of weapon do you think he uses to do that?
Probably a bat, man.